Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Sarah, and I'm a naturopath with the Lucy Rose Clinic. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty tender topic for lots of people, but also a really interesting one as well. We're really going to talk about, are your hormones making you fat, and how we work at the Lucy Rose Clinic to support your hormonal weight loss journey. So, a huge component of what we do at the Lucy Rose Clinic is focus on your thyroid and your hormonal balance in your body and its role it plays in metabolism. So, when we're looking at your thyroid hormones, we really want to understand where they're currently sitting. So, are you making enough thyroid hormone? Um, are you making too much? Do you have any elevated reverse T3 that's also going to be impacting your metabolic function? Do you have enough sex hormone binding globulin to get your estrogen and progesterone, testosterone around in your body? And do you have any nutritional imbalances as well that are contributing to your hormonal and metabolic journey? So, with our clinic, we're an integrative thyroid and hormone health clinic. All of this information, by the way, is available in our free ebook that's on our website. There is a QR code that you can scan through and click that has you can book a free consultation with our clinical team. And if you want to get this free ebook that I'm talking about, that's on our website, so thelucyroseclinic.com.au. Now, let's dive into the hormone side of things. So, the relationship between your hormones and your weight is absolutely paramount. So, first off, your thyroid, which is what we specialize in at the Lucy Rose Clinic, controls the speed of your metabolism. So, it's the most important hormone to keep in check. And you've got your TSH, your T3, T4, reverse T3, and then also thyroid antibodies can also play a role in inhibiting your thyroid function. Now, there are other hormones that can impact your weight as well. So, let's look at your leptin levels. So, leptin is secreted by your fat cells. It's one of the testing panels we do in our comprehensive testing packages, our Body Boss and our Freedom Formula. And leptin is secreted by your fat cells. So, the more fat you have in your body, the more leptin is produced. And it also suppresses your hunger. But in many overweight people, your body stops listening to its signals, and this is called leptin resistance. So you can be overeating more than your caloric needs if you've got a thyroid and leptin imbalance going on. Now, with your insulin, that's also really important for blood sugar levels. So, this is a hormone that pulls sugar into the cells for energy, and lots of people with weight and hormonal issues have some level of insulin resistance. So, this can make weight loss really hard, and your sugar cravings quite a inhibiting factor to your weight loss journey. It's something we test for in clinic as well, and there's lots of protocols we can use naturally to support bring this back into balance. Now, ghrelin is a hormone that increases your hunger signals, and if you are of a higher body mass, so overweight or obese, you can have lower ghrelin levels, and that can impact your appetite, how much food you're eating, and also your energy production in your body. Adrenal hormones also impact your weight. So, your adrenal glands secrete cortisol, and cortisol is released by stress. So, if you're under high stress, then your adrenal glands can get dysregulated and your cortisol levels can be increased across your body, and that can disrupt all of your other hormonal pathways, and that can lead to weight gain as well. So, it's really important when we're looking at a comprehensive hormonal picture, especially when there's stress and there's weight that you're not happy with, then looking after your adrenal glands and testing your cortisol is also really important. So I know how to best support you and what exercise style is the best way for you to go as well. Now, looking at other hormonal components in your picture, estrogen is also really important. So as women, we have estrogen and progesterone, and we still have a small amount of testosterone produced in our body. And what we commonly see is something called estrogen excess. And not only does that impact fertility and thyroid function, energy levels, and libido, but it also does impact your metabolism as well. So if your estrogen levels get out of control and your body can't detoxify and process that and have a good balance of estrogen and progesterone ratios, then you can end up in elevated estrogen state, and you also can struggle to lose weight and have that slower metabolic function. The last component of the hormonal picture when we're looking at hormones and weight is really your melatonin. So if your melatonin levels are low, then there's a lot of research showing that it can slow down your metabolism and impact your weight loss journey. And that's why sleep is also a really important component as a foundational pillar of health. Now, because we focus on your thyroid, and if that's out of balance, everything else is really out of balance, let's talk about this in more detail. So your thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland, and it sits at the front of your throat, and it's really in charge of all hormonal and metabolic functions in your body. So your thyroid is responsible for your body temperature, your heart rate, your digestive functionality, your metabolic processes, therefore your weight, your cellular maintenance, and also brain function and muscle movement. So you can see if your thyroid is out of balance, it's incredibly important for all weight balance in your body. Now, if you have noticed your weight starting to creep up, it may be that your thyroid gland is not secreting and producing enough thyroid hormone, and there can be different contributing factors to this. And where we really step in at the Lucy Rose Clinic is understanding what is the underlying cause for this. So your thyroid gland can be impacted by stress. It can also be impacted by viral and bacterial infections. Also autoimmunity, so that's something called Hashimoto's, and nutritional deficiencies is a big one too. So if you're not eating the right types of food for your body, or if your digestive system is imbalanced or inflamed, you're not actually going to be absorbing the nutrients from your food as well. And that can all contribute to an underactive thyroid or a hypothyroid state. Signs and symptoms of an underactive thyroid are unexplained weight gain, tiredness, lethargy, brain fog, low vitality, low libido, aches and pains and joint stiffness as well in your body. So it can impact all of this. And when it comes to looking at your thyroid and understanding if it's actually working well, testing is really important. So with our clinic, we're going to be looking at your TSH, your T4, your T3, your reverse T3, antithyroid globulin, antithyroid peroxidase, sex hormone binding globulin, and also your urinary iodine markers. So it's super important for us to assess, are you making enough of the hormones you need? And are those hormones able to get out and about into your body and get your metabolic function working as well? So it's considered that about 40% of people do have an undiagnosed thyroid imbalance impacting their weight. And that's a really simple one to test without clinical testing, much more thorough than what you get at a GP through the standard process. So if you do have any of the symptoms outlined in detail in our free ebook on hormonal weight loss, then reach out to our clinic, book a free discovery call. Let's get you started with some testing so that we can understand what's actually happening here and why your weight is out of balance. So I mentioned earlier leptin, and leptin's really, really important because it's actually called the obesity hormone. So it signals to your brain to reduce your appetite and increase your energy expenditure, and it binds to receptors in your hypothalamus. And so that component of your brain also controls your appetite and metabolism. So if leptin levels are high, your brain thinks that your body has enough stored energy, and it leads to a decrease in appetite, and that helps you maintain a healthy weight. So we want good levels of leptin. We don't want leptin resistance, which can definitely happen if your thyroid's been underactive and sluggish for a period of time. Now, in terms of insulin, this can become quite out of balance if there is an underlying thyroid dysfunction or other disorders like type 2 diabetes and even polycystic ovarian syndrome. So with insulin, how it works is you would eat a carbohydrate, you'd break those down into glucose, and then your body uses insulin as a signal to take the glucose into your cells. So when you're eating foods high in carbohydrates and sugars, your body's going to release a large amount of insulin to regulate that high blood sugar and what can happen is if you eat high carbohydrates continually, your body can end up with insulin resistance. So we want to take that into account and really work on your diet as well to stabilize your blood sugars. And that's where herbs come in as well. So there's plenty of things we can do if you do have insulin resistance, you're craving sugar, craving carbohydrates, and feeling that energy crash. And then you've got that weight building up and unable to be lost. It means we need to reset your thyroid, reset your metabolism, get your blood sugars into balance, and make sure the foods you're eating are right for your body as well. So, in terms of looking at your thyroid, your blood sugars, your insulin, and also your hunger and satiety signals, your leptin, that's where the testing comes in, and our approach is very much personalized to you. And look, I know things are stressful. It's 2025, life is busy. And so that can definitely impact your cortisol as well and your adrenal glands. So we've got a checklist for every hormone in this ebook that you can download. You can see if you resonate with any of the symptoms of depletion or imbalance for that particular hormone. And we can get you sorted, whether it's estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid, cortisol, any of it, we can sort it out. So all you need to do is click the link or scan the QR code in the window there and book in for a free consultation with our clinical team. We'd love to help you get your health, your hormones, and your metabolism sorted and give you some clarity on what the underlying root causes of what's impacting your weight loss journey. It's very likely your hormones. Thanks so much for joining.